Original audio.
Turn it up, let's ride.
DJ Latin Prince.
See, act a fool worldwide. This that original audio. From the headlines to the show. Speak, talk, truth is factual. Act a fool, keep it laughable.
DJ Latin Prince got the vibe on lock. From the south to the bay to the New York block. Original audio, say the name, don't stop. Original audio, this the one shot.
Oh yeah, everybody, what's the word? Live and direct from Texas to the west side to DC. Come on, let's go. Wait a minute. How's everybody doing? Guys? It's March 1st. God, I can't believe it's already the third month of the year. I mean, this is crazy, y'all.
Wake up. It's the first day of the month.
Get up. Cash your checks and
come on.
How was your week, Fool? How's your week? How's everything going with you?
So I got chased by the DEA because I be out here moving them bricks.
The bricks of food or what?
All right.
Come on, let's keep
I
it
was
1,000.
asked about how my week was, and I can't even divulge because now I'm facing interference. Like, let your boy, you know what I'm saying? Let your boy tell his story, his side of the story for the week. I was out here thugging in the streets, moving them bricks, you know what I'm saying?
People are
I got in and out. You know what I'm saying?
people are disturbing the groove like that, my brother.
Yes.
That's crazy.
Other than that, my week was rather incredible.
That's crazy. That is crazy. I don't understand why they mess. I don't understand why they're messing with you like that, dog. It's just crazy to me.
The hatred is real for a real thug.
Oh, wow.
What about yours? See, how you been? How was your week? How's the gym going?
I was not moving bricks, but I was lifting some heavy things. So.
You were lifting bricks. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy, bro. That is crazy.
Yeah,
How about you, LP?
My week is it's been good. I've been working on some new tunes, booking some gigs for the month of March. So staying busy, guys. Trying to make it happen. You know how it goes down in the DM. With that said,
It goes down.
on the down in the DM. But anyways, wow, we have a couple of minutes to digest everything that's been taken, upon us in the last 24 hours.
so much.
So with that said, let's get it popping. Hey. So let us know what's going on. See what's happening. What is going down in the
more federal policy stuff? The things that we think are boring but impact us a lot. The Save America Act, that's moving its way forward, and it's meeting a lot of discussion because there's a lot of things in there. Escalation of everything with regard to immigration, the types of ways we would have to vote, the types of ID that are needed. So that is still going back and forth. But it translates into basically it's going to be harder for everyone to vote. I know we talked a little bit about this last week, but that's still in the headlines for good reason. So pay attention. Make sure you know the state and local laws where you're at. Make sure you have the right identification when you go to get yourself. And please do yourself
I don't know. I feel like, you know what, we should just. I mean, don't you have to take some stuff when you go to the DMV? Don't you have to like have a social security? I mean, what are the requirements for you to be able to get a driver's license and an ID in America?
Yeah.
It's
You
my,
have to-
it's my. I mean, am I tripping? I'm
No.
asking for a friend.
No, but that would be too easy. The intention is to make it harder. So, yay.
I think we need to have someone speak who is in it to give us a 5-minute concise breakdown of what this whole thing is for the viewers to really grasp what the intention of what they're trying to pass. If we could get somebody to really just who's in it, who can give us a 5-minute educational tutorial
Ooh, I
as
have
far
to
as
know
what this
someone.
is.
I'll pull
You,
her.
you,
We're gonna
you
need that
think
person.
you think you might know somebody?
Oh yeah, I do. She's in.
Excuse me, boss. You have a text message.
That's crazy.
Yes,
Yeah,
it's the text message box.
we definitely need to get down to the dirty because I want to know. I
Yeah.
think you know. I mean, like, if this, I mean, the question is, why is there so much concern? I mean, is this something that's been going on? You know, like as far as like people were actually talking about this, how we've been talking about this for so long that we haven't really that it took you know, like the new president to, you know, bring it up to attention, or is there something behind it where, you know, just to make it, you know, more difficult for people to vote for whatever reasons, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm just trying to
Long
get to
history,
the
right?
bottom.
They used to
Uh,
try to keep people away from the polls physically, right? There's been a long history in this country of favoring certain folks to vote over other folks to vote, especially if the area that you're in tends to lean a certain way that is not in the favor of the people who would like to remain in power.
Mhm.
There's a lot of action right now being taken to ensure that your voice does not count, because it does, and if the differences are that stark, it's hard to justify if it does not go the way everybody thinks.
It's very interesting. I don't know, man. It's just, to me, it's just quite interesting, the whole dynamics of, you know, like they're very stressed about this whole situation. It's you know, they want to win. Let them, you know, I'm actually I'm fed up with the bullshit. You know, people want to believe what they want to believe. You know,
LP is fed up.
I'm just fed up with the,
There
you know,
ain't nothing
let's,
you can do about it.
but at the end of the day, I'm not making no more money. My cost of living, you know, is crazy. I mean, let's talk. Let's fix that. I mean, why are we so stressed about, you know, like, I know, let's deal with the voting part, you know, with that stuff. But there's a lot of other things that we need to be dealing with. But anyways,
It's a marriage. It's a
It's all-
marriage.
Like a-
It's man.
I
It's
will
all
say that it's
interconnected.
all by design, because the more you are struggling to live, the less you're paying attention to all the actual shiny objects that are happening. So it's by design. You're supposed to be struggling. We're all supposed to be struggling right now. That way we can't pay attention.
Let us move on.
it's crazy. It's
Indeed.
crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. I don't understand why it shouldn't even be that crazy. You know what I'm saying? But anyways,
Yes,
moving
yes.
on
In
to
the
the
third
bigger.
of the year, and February 28th, just yesterday,
Mhm.
Shmizrael and us strike Iran and kill dozens
The
of
supreme leader, he's dead. Let's go.
at an elementary school.
Did that make me money? Not really.
Oh wow.
I'm just
80
saying.
something by the last toll that I saw. 86 young children between the ages of 7 and 12 were killed in that strike. And then
Mhm.
strike going back from Iran yesterday toward Dubai. So that situation is developing, and it is not good on any level.
It's crazy to me. It's just crazy to me. But what do I know? You know what I'm saying? I'm just passing through. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, people are questioning.
We're all just passing through LP.
You know, I'm just.
Supposedly, we had got rid of all of their uranium stores last year, or we made a huge impact, at least, so there wouldn't be able to create any kind of weapon in that operation. So people are talking about, so why? Because it already took care of it, supposedly.
I thought we annihilated all the stuff last year. I don't know, why we had to go back in there.
Right? So, all we could go off is the information that we have, and yet here we are.
No, I don't know. Maybe it's fake news, but anyway.
Back full.
It's crazy to me.
Someone told me, someone, that it is all simple distraction from the worst weapon that was in the news feed a couple weeks ago, which is protect the kids.
Mm-hmm.
Indeed.
Solid distraction.
It's a distraction. What happens? What happens if we are at war doing voting?
Well, what he has said, his own words, and I don't know if we have a clip of that. I should have sent that to you earlier. But there is footage of him from a few years ago saying that the last president would start a war with Iran to make sure that they could win the election.
Mm-hmm.
Moving right along.
Wait a minute.
Moving right along.
Wait a minute.
His words, not mine. Not mine.
Wait a minute.
The internet said. Is that what you're saying? The internet said?
No, I'm saying he actually said this on camera.
Wow.
Yeah.
Give me 1 second. I need to find this footage real quick because we need to educate the zombies out there in the streets. You know what I'm saying? But let me see if I can find it. Give me 1 second. It could be, brother. It could be. But anyways, like I said, listen. At the end of the day, I'm sending prayers to all my who have their kids, who are serving in the military right now. Mm-hmm. Prayers to all the troops. I think we have so far 5 confirmed deaths that have passed away. But hold on for 1 second. Is this what you were talking about?
Our president will start a war with Iran because he has absolutely no ability to negotiate. He's weak and he's ineffective.
Is that the one they were talking about?
Was that the whole clip?
No, it's just not the whole clip. It's just a little part of it.
Okay, because he said he goes on to then say, in order to get elected, he talks about that. Anyway,
crazy.
Moving right along.
Once again, prayers to our troops. Stay safe out there. I hope that this situation, because it's not a war, it's an intervention or whatever it is. Let's stay focused, guys.
Yeah, I really.
Anyways,
everybody's safety for sure.
For sure. That's an understatement. We just got to make sure that our troops are safe and people are coming, doing their thing, and then coming back home safely.
True.
And what else is on the news?
Supreme Court. It's just so much. I'm sorry, guys. Supreme Court allows expanded immigration enforcement. So they expanded federal immigration enforcement measures to proceed while the legal challenges continue, intensifying national debate over executive authority and migrant rights. So there seems to continue to be this narrative that somehow, quote unquote, illegal, but I don't think anybody's illegal here. But people who are not here legally with legal documentation are somehow reaping the benefit of our tax dollars, which is the opposite. They actually pay taxes and do not reap the benefits. They cannot get federal assistance of any kind, just to make that clear. But that said, here we are, and they're going to continue to kind of have free reign to do whatever they would like to do.
And that's how I feel about that. But anyways.
All right.
We're moving into entertainment news.
Wait a minute.
And in today's entertainment news,
let's effing go, baby.
there's not much going on in the mundane
Hold
entertainment
on,
world.
wait, before we go, I'm sorry to cut you off, my
Already,
brother.
my apologies, sir.
No. It's my bad because I wanted just to address this with you. What's going on in the music business right now? Because we are having this conversation that we feel like things are just slow. I don't know. Maybe it's because it's the beginning of the year. We're starting the third month of the year. Like I just feel
Right.
like everything's slow.
I mean, yeah. I mean,
Everything's
we were off camera talking about the music itself and the industry itself, and in right now, it just seems a little bit stagnant. It could be because it's the beginning of the year, like you got award season, whatnot, and you have parties, Oscar parties, and celebration of films and songs that came out last year that impacted. So, maybe we're still seeing everyone celebrate what was going on last year, but currently we're 2 months in, going into a third, and it just seems a little slow. We do have, some blips here. You got the beef with T.I. and 50, and the whole
Mhm.
Harris family responding.
Mhm.
Um, but
I mean,
other than that, I mean, touring,
how is that going?
to use your words, it's very interesting. It's very interesting to see a family respond to disrespect in a musical fashion. I think that is definitely interesting. The biggest thing other than that beef is J. Cole and
Mhm.
his album and what he's doing as far as grassroots to promote CDs, meeting and touching fans to promote that project. And then you got some magazines who are talking about the next up and coming guys in the hip hop culture, but not too much like anything anticipatory. Like there isn't a lot of noise. We're like, oh my god, this is coming out. Did you hear this person? This group. Like maybe I'm under a rock. It could be, but
Hey, listen, I was excited for the for the J. Cole album dropping.
right,
I'm excited for Bruno Mars. You know what I'm saying? Like
right, right.
so
You
I'm
know,
definitely gonna.
yeah, there
You
is
know,
a young rock group. I forget the name. I mean, I wish I had their name off top. But even then, even that is an example of like there isn't a lot going on because I can't pinpoint the name immediately. It's not fresh in my mind as far as all these different things that are coming. So for me, that's why it feels like the entertainment music side of things right now is still a bit slow. It's still a bit mundane, like I said at the beginning. However, in the news, excuse me.
I was just gonna say, I feel like some of it's so vast right now. So
Hmm.
we think about these big moments, big album drops, things like that. But every day there's new music being cranked out by a lot of smaller artists that I
Right.
think people are starting to gravitate to, much
You
like
want it smaller or independent? We want to be very mindful. Are they small or are they just simply independent?
smaller audience.
Oh, okay.
But yes, independent. I don't mean small as in less talent, because
They'll
let's
come get you now. They'll come
there's
get you later now.
hey, there's some really quote unquote big artists that are not as talented as some of the ones who are not signed. So
True.
we'll just leave that there. Um,
True.
but I think because there's so much of this music being put out, and it's just the same kind of thing as marketing gravitating towards the micro influencer, you have
Hmm.
people building more one-on-one relationships with some of the artists that are not signed to a major label. And so
Right.
I think that's where a lot of the focus is going, and probably why we don't feel like there's as much of a big splash here and there with regard to the music scene.
So if I'm
you know,
supposed, if go
go
ahead.
ahead. No, I'm listening. I'm listening. I'm sorry.
No, I'm
Cut
just
you off.
saying as I receive that as what you're saying. There's a high saturation of many artists that are being heard and making movements on several different platforms that it's hard to really get an idea or pinpoint who is what and what is what because there are so many different ways to garner that attention. And that's true too. We talked about this in our last episode as far as several different platforms where you can get music and consume music and get an awareness of what's going on. So maybe it's that. Maybe there's just so many different platforms out there that it's difficult to keep an eye and an ear on everything all at one time. It could be that too. You know, the two things that we could talk about in the entertainment industry that is impactful so far is, in hip hop we got the Carters, who celebrated an annual Oscar weekend gold party and became a defining cultural industry gathering, bringing together film, music, fashion, and media figures. And it's just a lot of legacy artists, some up and coming who in when it comes to the music industry and the film industry, where they all get to meet up at a party hosted by the Carters. I wouldn't mind being there. But just to see what's going on, in their lives, in their music, what's coming, in the pipeline that we aren't aware of just yet. So it's a real networking opportunity at that particular event for lots of people who are gatekeepers to really discuss about what they've got going on and how it's going to continue to shape the culture, so. And the public doesn't necessarily get the opportunity to be there because of exclusivity, but it's kind of the idea of the industry influencing and pushing the culture forward. So that's one thing that you can say, that hey, the Carters had a nice Oscar party, gold party, and they networked, and we'll see what's to come of the result of that party. The other thing is,
I'm upset that I didn't get invited, man. Like, what the heck is going on? The fuck is going on?
I mean, hey, I say all the time, I'm a fly on the wall, and I'm fine with being a fly on the wall. I would have loved an invitation. Fly on the wall. You have been invited, right? Okay. The other
well, it probably got lost in the mail. I don't know what to say.
Possibly. The possibilities are endless when it comes to these secret parties, and could get a little oily. Okay, let me get back.
Hey, pause.
There's a lot of buzz out there about that too.
Okay, all right. Other than that, in the other parts of the music industry, touring was a big discussion last week, as far as with B expanding her tour, Cowboy Carter tour. Now we have another legacy artist who is also expanding their tour schedule for 2026, Usher. With the success of his residency and the demand of his residency in Vegas, he has expanded that tour. And so we have another expansion of another legacy artist, awesome artist, that is going to give the people what they want as far as entertainment. Hopefully some new music, but definitely performances. And other than that, like I said earlier, there isn't a lot going on in the music industry. There is parties. If you were there, cool.
It's a big party.
We'd love to get that information. And if you are looking forward for a tour, Usher's expanding his tour. Beyonce has expanded her tour. We also know that J. Cole, and what is that? J. Cole should be going on tour for his project to promote that, I'm certain. And we will definitely try to see what else is going on in the music industry to bring to you guys on original audio.
Yo, man, I'm excited to go.
Giving me the light. Sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead. See, I didn't hear you. What you said?
Oh no, I was saying that J. Cole album has been giving me life.
Oh, hell yeah.
Every day in the gym this week, J. Cole headphones.
Who the F is this? Who the F is this?
Yes.
Well, that's what I'm.
Yeah. Who are you? Who are you?
Yeah,
yes.
That is my favorite song right now. Yeah. I keep pushing that heavy on my IG, letting everybody know what's popping.
Yeah, you know who put the city on lock. I just made $1 million.
And mine is I Still Love Her. That's or I Love Her Again. Sorry.
I think it's because it's the comic reference.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's dope. The whole project's dope. The whole J. Cole project is dope, without a doubt. I just can't get past Who the F Is You. That beat change and what he's saying is top tier.
No, that's the bomb. I'm looking forward to going to the show. I saw the dates, for the concert. So he's coming out to Dallas, it's a little bit ways away in September, but I'm excited for that right now.
Make sure you put your, per our discussion last week, don't be talking about the prices. Put your bread to the side to enjoy your experience. Don't be talking
Oh
about
yeah,
the price is too
yeah,
much.
yeah. Listen. I'm going for free anyways because the label's blessing me. But anyway,
Hey, free is for me. Free is for me. Oh, you getting you got
Huh?
fly on the wall tickets? Is what you're saying?
yes, sir. That's what I can.
No, I
Hey,
was gonna say,
listen.
podcast today.
That is how I went to go see. The weekend. I got a
Oh.
plug.
Well, I'll fly out to Dallas.
You heard?
I'll start walking there now.
Or you could get in the bus, or you could take a train. Our executive producer is telling us, to speed up, to get the energy going, to get our cafecito on, because I wanted to get my girl, Smiley in the building. She said she's having her little cafecito as well. You know what I'm
Top of
saying?
the morning to you, Smiley.
Listen,
Top of the morning to you.
What's happening, Smiley? Because let's get this energy up. Let's get this caffeine going.
What's good?
I need my
shaking?
energy
Poach up
drink
some
right now.
bacon.
Woo, yeah. Anyways, Smiley, we were just talking about the temperature of the music industry right now. At the beginning of the year, I know things are slow. There's a lot of war shows going on, but with that said, it's like why is it's typically slow?
Yeah. Is it
What you
typically
saying?
or atypical?
Is anybody dropping albums at the beginning of the year, or is it because everybody's getting back into the swing of things?
Everything at the Cardi B tour.
I'm sorry.
Ah.
I mean,
Yeah,
Cardi B is out. Yeah, Cardi B's out there doing her thing.
She is doing her thing from marketing. I mean,
She's shaking it. She's shaking her.
Her baby on stage. I saw that. That was so cute.
so you might see my baby on stage in a minute. If you see something dash across the screen, that would be Brooklyn Rose.
Oh my God.
Hey, my girl always popping into the podcast.
Somebody get that baby.
That part. But good morning, original
Good morning.
podcast.
Yeah.
What's going
original
on? What's
audio.
going on?
Listen,
I
I got the cafecito.
Hell yeah.
Listen,
Yay. I'm ready to
I wanna-
clock in.
Clock
Big
in.
shout outs to everybody who's watching us on our Facebook Live, also on Twitch, on YouTube, on IG. Everybody's on and cracking. Once again, welcome to our amazing, guest of the
Yes.
week.
Mhm.
Smiley's in the building. I've been working with Smiley just as of recently when it comes to the music contracts, and if you don't know about her story, she's just like she knows everything. She's educated. She's going to school right now, and you're about to become an attorney. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah, I'm doing 2 degrees, JD, PhD.
Yes.
That's what I'm working
All right,
on.
counselor. Okay, counselor.
I
Let's
like
go.
that.
And she also has a class. What school is it that you have your class at, Smiley?
I teach at FIU, Florida International University. Big up to my students there, as well as SAE Institute of Miami, School of Arts and Entertainment. Big up my audio engineers, my producers coming out.
Are you hearing this? Because Akafu that's his lane. Oh, and that's his city. Come on, man.
Yeah, she said
Miami.
FIU, SAE, and she in Miami. Hold on. I'm gonna have questions.
Yeah. Dude, ask your questions, my guy, because it's
Man.
real, bro.
We gotta have a moment for women and women's excellence, because
Preach. Don't hold back. See,
Get it all out now,
talk about
sister.
it.
Get it out.
Come on, let's go.
we be
Come
doing it
on.
all. She's a mom.
Yeah.
She's going and getting her degrees in law.
Yeah.
And come on.
Yeah. Okay.
You know, I
Listen.
tell folks,
Keep catch up. That's all I'm saying.
Listen, Smiley. This one right here. See, she got mad kids too. You know what I'm saying? She works and she goes to the gym, and she's trying to balance shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't even get a hold. I'm texting her like, where you at? I gotta call. Yo, call me. I need to speak with you. Where you at? You at the gym? Who's any of your kids sick? Anybody sick? Everybody all right? Man,
I know the
All
feeling.
you know what I'm saying? Hey,
I
trust
mean,
me,
we do it though.
she
You know, I don't
manages.
think you go in with a game plan. It's just innate in the nature. We just handle the business,
Right.
In all fairness and realness, I've had so many doors closed, so many tables where I didn't have a seat. And I think early in my career, I was like, well, why can't I sit at that table? Or why are they closing the door at me? And it was like a game changer, a mind shift. And I was like, wait, I know what I'm bringing to the table. And a lot of people just bringing their appetite. So if there's no seat for me, I'm creating my own table, creating my own 7-course meal. If there's a door that's closed, I didn't need to walk through it. So I'm now creating new doors. And the post that I posted about this was yesterday we walked out Black History Month. Today we walking into Women's History Month, and I'm all about making history for myself and the people that are around me. That's just where I'm at.
Absolutely. We need the round of applause for that right there.
Yeah.
No, but
Let's go.
there's been so many rooms that I walked into, and I'm the only woman. I'm the only person of color. Like, it's definitely something that you're well aware of in those situations, and it's good that you've decided to make your own way. Hey, baby. Hi.
It's Brooklyn Rose, everybody.
Hi, Brooklyn.
Hey, look at that. She's always in our meetings on the call.
Always.
On our
That's
Zoom
right.
calls.
She's gonna be a boss when she gets older.
Today she picked up a basketball. I had to text some of my girls. They played. I went to NYU and they played at NYU. Some of them went overseas in Puerto Rico, and she had the ball and she was throwing it in the playpen. I said, "Wait a minute."
Puerto Rico.
So got maracas in one hand, basketball in another. So we working.
That's right.
That's what I'm talking about. C is feeling good right now because she knows how important this is.
She got a girl in the room. She got another lady in the room.
To the movement, you know what I'm saying?
It's an even balance here. You see this? It's an even balance on this.
Yeah.
Man, woman.
Wait.
About to go down. It's about to go down.
I'm just saying it's about to go down.
You could let the whole thing play. Jeez.
Nah. I'm not gonna do that, man. I'm not gonna. Yeah, JC already got a private party. I didn't get invited. Nah.
My bad.
I
I stand corrected.
Anyways,
my apologies.
Not that one though.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I said he's been voted off the island.
Yes, sir. Let's not talk about it. Jesus Christ. You see, she's always trying to. This one right here is always trying to throw some fireworks in this biz. But anyways, so Smiley, tell us, what are you working on right now? Give us a little insight of what's going on in your world. You got your hands involved in a lot of different things, but let our audience know what's the word, what's going down.
The biggest thing for me right now, well, first and foremost, thank you for inviting me to the show, for having me on. This is truly an honor. I'm super humbled, and drum roll, please. This is the first interview podcast since I am an official winner of the City of Miramar's pitch for businesses and entrepreneurship. So what does that mean? What does that mean? There were 5 people that submitted a pitch, right? So if you've seen Shark Tank, it's like that, right? 5 people submitted. They chose 14 and 6 people won. I'm officially the first woman-owned, Black-owned music audit and advisory firm in Broward County, which Broward County is Fort Lauderdale, right above Miami, right below Palm Beach, but we doing it. And I'm representing World Beats. I'm representing the diaspora, and I'm so excited about this. I don't know if you feel this energy, but I'm excited about this.
That's what I'm talking about.
When you hear music audit, what do you think?
Where the money at?
Oh, we like that. Now think about this, right? You got money. Enough said. You remember that? You got mail. I don't need infringement.
You got money.
You got money. Enough said. Yeah. And that's what I'm breaking it down to. Our artists, our creatives, and I heard you talking about, those who are extremely talented but may not have the level of representation. It's not always about representation. It's about the knowledge. And there's a lot of people that's gatekeeping. They gatekept me. So I'm like, let me open them floodgates. Everybody. Music audits don't just look at your music. They look at your operation. They look at how you register your data, how you input that information, because our community, music creatives think I just put it out with an aggregator. So DistroKid, 1RPM, Fox Fuse, Orchard, the list goes on. They all do the same thing. But if I put my music out with them, I'm good to go. But I ask you this. On average, there are 120,000 songs that are dropped every single day.
That's
So
crazy.
if you don't know how to collect your money or where to collect your money from, what makes you any different? The only thing that makes you different is that you're number one out of 119,999 others. I hope my
Amen.
So it's like the MLC, I love them because they were put in place, I think 2018 or 2021, in order to help people who were not collecting their mechanicals. So when you put that music out through DistroKid, CD Baby, TuneCore, 1RPM, Quirky Distro, big up my people at Quirky Distro. That's a company to use.
That's where we're going.
We're not gatekeeping. I'm clocking him here. He's a former PSAC out of Atlanta. Quiet as kept. A lot of people don't know it's him, but Dr. Capriccio Scats, he's served in the military. He was United Nations ambassador to Vienna. He's worked with every major label. Black and Brown brother out of Atlanta. He owns Quirky Distro. So I find people there because it's like if you need an answer to a question, if you don't understand how to collect your money, not only does he have the publishing side, he also has distribution. So you put your money, you put your music out through a distributor, it duplicates, if you will, right? So Amazon has it, Apple has it, Tidal, Deezer, Boomplay, it goes on, right?
Right.
If you didn't sign your music up properly, you're not collecting all that money. So that's why MLC is there. So MLC will say, we've got your money, come and get it. We're here for you. But if you don't even know that they exist, how are you getting that money?
That is true.
Here's the big bomb, right?
Right.
If you don't collect that money within a certain period of time, you lose it. It is the only industry that I am aware of that you worked, you earned it, but if you didn't collect it fast enough, you lose it. It goes to everybody else in the industry.
Hey, Smiley, can I ask you a question? What is the frame of time, like time limit, as far as like what do you have, like a year, 2 years, 5 years? What is
I'm so glad that you asked that, because in
I'm curious.
Regulated industry, let's talk about Spotify. I just became aware the other day that Spotify, they'll go out there and they'll tell you, no hate, just spitting facts. Don't hate the messenger. But Spotify will tell you, oh, we paid this much in royalties. But what they don't tell you, if you don't register or collect your data or have your data entered correctly after a year, Spotify ain't paying you that money. Oh.
A year.
I'm just going to let that sit and marinate. Cafecito.
That's crazy, man. That is.
So if you think about it, right? Who's paying us royalties, right? Okay. Spotify has a platform that is pretty much free, or you can have a paid membership, right? So they tend to pay a lot of royalties, the most royalties in certain facets, because people like free. Versus maybe a Tidal where you have a $9.99 membership and they can pay a higher amount of royalties because people have paid for that membership, right? There's a difference. But if you have metadata, that's like your, let's call it the social security info of the music industry is not correct. Just hang it up. Why? Because you got what's called the black box and what I call the white box. The black box is all that uncollected data that's sitting there that the MLC is supposed to be giving out, which they do, and they'll help you if you call them. But let's say that you're in Barbados. Big up to New Day, one of my new artists. Big up to, the NCF who helps the artists over there in Barbados. If you don't know that you have music and money sitting in the MLC, how are you going to collect it in life? Never mind death. But we didn't talk about that you died and somebody got to collect your money, right? Right? So think about perpetual. The music doesn't stop playing. If anything, when you die, it's going to play a little bit more. So they're going to keep collecting and it's going to sit there. Well, who gets it? It doesn't just disappear.
I drink to that. You know what I'm saying?
The majors are not incentivized to communicate with you how to collect that money when they're getting some free money on the end, right?
Right.
Because if it's dispersed based on how much interest you have in the market, would you tell?
It's money. Why would you give it back?
Right.
They're probably
So how
banking
does
in some
so how does it work? That you have do you have to audit these companies on a yearly basis? I mean, just to make sure that you got your bag.
Well, that's interesting you asked that, because we sign contracts for everything and don't even know we're signing contracts, right? I'll give you an example. I'm guilty. I had past tense a Cash App account, and that Cash App account got hacked, right? I'm driving from Florida to Texas, and all of a sudden I get this text message, thank you for transferring your phone to TrackPhone. I was like, oh no, I got a sexy number. We ain't transferring nothing. So I call AT&T on the other phone. They say immediately go to all your accounts. Your phone has probably been hacked, and change the username, password, because they'll use your cell phone in order to get access, right? Okay. Well, in reading the terms and conditions of Cash App, I think it's terms section 4.4 and 4.5. If they deem that there's fraud on your account, they don't have to give you the money back that's in the balance of your account. How many of you have read that?
Nope.
And I do have a Cash App.
I learned the hard way. So I don't use Cash App, right? It's the same thing when you're working with an aggregator or you're working with anyone in the music industry. There's always going to be that clause about you auditing your financials. So some of them will say, oh, you have to have an auditor with 10 years of experience. They have to have a CPA. They have to have worked for a major label. No, redlining. That means take a pen and cross it out. You don't need that. If somebody is managing your money, you need them to give you access to the reports about that money, right? So it's the same thing if you think about your account as a bank account, right? You take your money, put it in the ATM, or you take your money and you put it in the bank. Well, every month they give you a statement to tell you how your money is doing. You could request the same thing from anyone who is managing your music, because music is money. It's just that we are not educated to do it. If you go out and you Google or you search music auditors, you'll find a bunch of larger companies that are in California, New York, and then you look them up to see what it takes for them to do audit for you or to assist you. If your catalog is not making $100,000 or $250,000 a year, they don't want to deal with you because they'll put a lien against your account. So those companies tend to do what we call forensic audits. It's just, let me plug it in a system and run some bots, right? What happened to the operational audit? What happened to the audit of, well, who entered your info in the first place? Let's go back and look at what was entered, because if it's not entered correctly, it comes back as unreconciled, right? That's only one account though. So we're so accustomed to, if I work for a hospital, I get paid for by the hospital. If I work for a school, I get paid by the school. If I work for a mechanic, I get paid by the customer or the garage. If you work in the music industry, you better know the accounts to get. Sound Exchange is going to help you on one end of your publishing, on your masters, your master's side. Your PRO, Performing Rights Organization, everyone talks about ASCAP, BMI, CSAC. Not too many talk about GMR, because GMR is invite only. Like they're working with Drake, Christina Aguilera. They want the larger portfolios because they can pay a higher royalty, right? All of them do the same thing. Like when I teach in my class, it's like if you walk down the soda aisle at the grocery store, you got Pepsi, you got Coke, you got Tom Thumb Cola, you got Publix Cola. They all do the same thing. Quench your thirst and sit in the soda category, right? But there is a difference. Okay, I'm about to give you the tea, right?
Pay attention, people.
That part. Okay, BMI is for profit. That means they have shareholders. That means that it's a corporation that's, they have to look at the profit at the end of the year, and shareholders have to get dividends, right? That means, let's say that they got $10 billion, and they say, well, we're going to give our shareholders 50%. These are hypothetical numbers. I don't want anyone to try to sue me. It's just hypothetical. Okay. Now, let's say ASCAP gets the same $10 billion. They're nonprofit. So The $10 billion that BMI just got, and they said we're going to give our shareholders 50%. That means there's only $5 billion left to give the members, the people who made the music. Whereas ASCAP, because they're nonprofit, can give the whole $10 billion.
Mm-hmm.
So they do the same thing, but you're getting paid a little bit different. CSAC and GMR are invite only. CSAC is a little more amenable to be able to provide people the access to get those invites. And like I said, GMR is larger. But those are the 4 U.S. ones. There are 228 of them internationally. So if your music, let's say, is hitting in Europe, are you signed up with the right companies to increase your opportunity to collect in those territories? That's where an auditor can come in and say, let us help you operationally. Let us help you fix what it is that you need to fix in your business so you understand how to collect. If someone didn't help me, I wouldn't be where I am today.
I might need that plug because, you know, I'm getting ready to release some music and I need that. I know for sure I go with ASCAP because ASCAP is freezy. Free. Correct?
It is.
You know how many people aren't even aware that BMI is for profit and ASCAP is nonprofit? Most people just know that that's their responsibility as artists to sign up for one of those publishing companies, but they don't know one is for profit and one isn't for profit. So
did you know that? Did you know that, fool?
I'm signed up for ASCAP and I never knew that ASCAP was nonprofit and BMI was for profit. I never knew that until today.
I call it YK, build up your knowledge.
Yes, ma'am. I'm gonna need that plug for you. So we'll talk about that. Anyways.
Absolutely.
One of the things we try to tackle with this podcast, that's why I'm so happy that you're on, is because we want to spread this knowledge to artists so that they're getting what they deserve for all of the work that they put in. So.
Absolutely. One thing, like I do a lot with international artists, right? And I've been doing this a long time, right? I started out going on the road with like Merciless, rest in peace, Spraga Benz, big up himself, Endeavor, the new project that came out and it's phenomenal. He's working with Remy and some real big dogs, Kamani Marley. And I've gone on the road and I've seen where artists have showed up to the club. They got their 50% up front, right? And then the promoter of the club is like, boy, you know, I didn't make that tour. Well, you better tap into that liquor money because I saw you had a couple friends up in here, right? And I was one where they would always say, who is that girl? Who is she? She ain't Caribbean. And I would just sit back in the cut. You don't have to know who I am or what I'm doing, whatever. And I remember specifically in Atlanta, Merciless got his 50% up front. And they put a stack of money in my hand. Now, that's that OG, you know, here you go, you good. Nah, son. I was like, let me help you understand something. Elm City birthed me, Red Hook raised me. Big up Brooklyn all day. I counted that money. I went right to the stage, was cut. Merciless said, ladies and gentlemen, Smiley is saying that I have to stop the show because I didn't get the rest of my money. And I know when you go to work, you get paid. I got kids, and I mean, Smiley's on my team. I got to pay her. And, you know, Caribbean crowd, they're like, give them out the money. You're not. You know.
She started a riot over there, bro.
For sure. So, transparency.
They went to the bar, came up to me, gave me the rest of the money. I'm like, we good to go. And I'm like, let me get Uber right quick and go drop this at the bank before someone try to rob me.
Right.
That's facts right there.
Hell yeah.
I'll never forget it because he's like, all right, ladies and gentlemen, get my money. Put up everybody cell phone. Type them down. And put their cell phone.
That's crazy.
Georgia.
Hold on, wait a minute. You know she sings, guys. She's an artist.
Clearly.
That's another conversation. That's a conversation for another day. Anyways.
I'm a struggling artist.
But you know, you have worked with artists like Sean Paul and Kevin Little and Red Rat as well.
Listen, it's so funny. Like I was saying, you know, I lived in Dallas for a little bit. I love Triple D. I cannot Dallas held me down. When I
Mhm.
moved there, when Moses parted the Red Seas, I
Mhm.
moved there from Brooklyn, and I was like, the Caribbean vibes was there, but it wasn't like the East Coast. So I started bringing different DJs from New York and Jersey, Connecticut, Miami, and I would tell them, listen, we're gonna get with TDK, who was there at the time. Let me see, Big Bink. Uh, oh my God, there were so many different DJs, but TDK was the main one I was working with. TDK was the first one to record me, actually. And it was interesting because I would get the top 20 that was playing in Dallas and give it to my DJs from the East Coast. Because even if it was a syndicated show, like a Ricky Smiley show, whatever, what they play in the other markets is different. So they would then take like, what is it, Devin the Dude or Dero, and they would take their tracks and put dance hall artists over them. And you started to see the fusion between African, Caribbean, American coming to my parties. And I'll never forget, like Kevin Belcher, Pup, those guys who used to be at Azul and the American clubs over in Addison. They were like, we're gonna come through to your party. So it was hype for me to start getting that fusion of diversification for people to appreciate the music and not feel intimidated because they didn't understand maybe what the DJs were saying, which we call them selectors, right?
Mhm.
Because the selectors are selecting the parts of the songs that they want you to hear.
Mhm.
When Sean Paul came out with Just Give Me the Light, it had been out for a while, but I was like, oh, I got an opportunity to do this concert. I did it with Seagram's Gin. I had the Smiley Girl promo girls. I had the Seagram Gin girls. I had my family fly in because, I was like, we don't trust nobody with no money. And they were at the door. I was the opening act. Yes, my mother's side of the family is Jamaican. I hold several jobs. I'm not going to lie. My dad's side is Bayesian and Panamanian. Entonces yo hablo español también, que sopa gente que está...
Bueno.
Full. You better get with it.
Sí, yo comprendo.
So it was exciting to have Sean Paul, but I learned something about the market, right? I'm like, oh, go pass some flyers out, because this is during the day of putting flyers on cars, right? People were like, well, who is Sean Paul? I said, who's Sean Paul? And I had to change my whole marketing and have the cute girls go out with the Sean Paul shirt on and enough said on the back so people knew it was me. Because I had some instances where people would say, oh, Smiley's keeping a show here to try to divert people to go to their clubs. We won't say nothing about them clubs over in Addison, but anyway. It was crazy because I had to have my girls go, just give me the light and pass out the flyers. And we went over to Paul Quinn. We went over to Miss Elaine's, big up Miss Elaine's, rest in peace. Caribbean Grill. Roland was one of the first people who gave me my start. I told him, can we make some special jerk chicken? And he said, special jerk chicken? I said, yeah, because when people drink, they want to eat after. And I just made jerk chicken, add a little honey to it. We're going to call it Smiley Special Sauce, right? I was thinking that any way I could get that money. So Sean Paul came in, and I had asked a bunch of big promoters down in Houston, can we work together? Maybe do a show down there and a show in Dallas. They didn't want to hear nothing from me. And they were like, girl, who is haters? This? But no, it's God. You know why I say that? It was like 6 months after, and I had done a show with Lady Saw, right? And I was so proud to have that show. I got Hypnotic, Ray and Nephew rum, the Appleton rum out of Jamaica. I got sponsored for this, right? We had bandanas, raise your flag. I flew in a camera crew, so people in line could see themselves on camera or whatever. And it was like 6 months after, and the DJs down in Houston called me, said, hey, we in Jacksonville, Florida in the barbershop, and they playing this show with Lady Saw, and we saw her shout you out. I said, yeah, she did, because some people try to bum rush the door. Some people try to, just hate. And she said, Smiley, you see how the place run? You have to tell them duck to me. I'm not gonna say the word boys. And let them know, said, chop to my back. Them pop down, but still hot. Yo, from that, they were like, yo, Smiley, that's how things are up in Dallas. We need to come work with you. So where I was so focused on, can we work together? Can we work together? God was positioning me so they could come work for me. No hate.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you what, Dallas is a little weird when it comes to that kind of community. I mean, they're here, but like you said, it's a whole different vibe when it comes to that compared to what's happening on the East Coast and stuff. Miami, New York, and et cetera, et cetera. We have a few selectors out here that do that thing, but it's not as huge as I would for it like to be. You know what I'm saying?
It's people do what they're comfortable with, and people go with what they're culturally familiar with. So when I think of my family and the diversity just in my family, we got family from Puerto Rico. Shout out to Bad Bunny, because I got the baby in onesie talking about I'm here for Benito Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
But when I look at the diversity of even my family, I said, how can I bring that to a party? How can I bring that to a concert? So you guys may know Ivan G.
Mm-hmm.
Ivan G out there? I remember,
Yes.
I said, hey, can we do something together? And we did an event, and it was like International Fusion. And we had it in Addison. And I brought in African DJs. I brought in Ivan G. I brought in one or two Caribbean DJs from out of town, because the local DJs didn't want to really work with me. That's not going to work. Listen, I told Ivan, I said, I have people that are Panamanian that are here. One of the largest Panamanian reunions is in Dallas, which a lot of people don't know. They always think it's Houston, right? Big up my Panamanians in Dallas. They came out and showed out. And they said, we want a place where we can hear everything. We don't want to just go to Gloria's and then leave to go to Heroes. Big up Sport at Heroes. Another one of my dons. He held me down with all my shows. And so that's what we did. And Ivan was like, Smiley, I can talk all day long, but you need to get on this mic to let people know who you are. And I was like, oh no, I'm good. I could be behind the scenes. He's like, Smiley, here's the mic. Gave me the mic, and I was like, hola mi gente, ¿cómo está? Estamos aquí. Vamos a bailar. Let's do it. I said, for those of you who didn't understand a word I just said, it's all good. Bring your feet down to the dance floor, because we're about to propose. And so they were like, Smiley is what? And I just left that, right? Just have a good time, enjoy the music. And that's when I started meeting Nicaraguans, Hondurans, Colombians, Puerto Rico. It was amazing, from a lot of people who would turn me away because of the color of my skin. I'm not afraid to say it. Dallas is not unlike Miami in a lot of ways. People will look at you, and there's a lot of colorism, right?
Yeah, unfortunately.
Right. When you bring them to the music, they be like, they don't have it. Where you from? Because the music brings people together, right? So
True.
What I just heard from everything you said is two major themes. The just authenticity, bringing you to everything that you've been doing. And I think there's something to be said for that. And I think there's something that people don't realize at the time, but it pays dividends later if you just come with your authentic self. And then the second thing was hustle, because I remember them days putting flyers. I was at one of the first stations I was at. We're at a war with the other station. We're out there with flyers, putting stuff all over people's cars, like plastering. So yeah, so it's hitting those streets and really not being afraid to put in the work. And I respect that a lot.
Well,
Street team.
Yes.
it's real though. I mean, I don't know if you encountered this, but I would have people go down to, I would pay my girls, like, hey, I'm gonna pay for your hotel, food, everything. I need you to go down to Houston, and I need you to have that presence. And they would have Smiley Girl shirts on and, passing out flyers. And I said, do me a favor. Go back the next day and just check if the flyers are there. They be out there throwing my flyers away. Mm-hmm.
Haters.
I was like,
It's all out war out there sometimes.
the worst is like, I had to learn the market. Texas is a little different than Miami, right? Where you can have 10 concerts in one night. And in Houston or Dallas, you'd really be splitting the market, right? So
Yeah.
I'm that one that'll make a phone call and say, hey, I plan on doing this show. I don't want to impact anybody's event or whatever. Got some free tickets for you. Please come through and support. I know you'd love to see the artist or whatever. Can I hire you to DJ for me? Are you available? You know, I'll put your name on the flyer, whatever. I'm not asking nothing else. I'm not being intrusive, right? Because I don't live in Houston. But I have to big up Houston because Houston has shown me love damn near 25, 30 years.
So what was the seed that motivated you to get into music auditing? What was the thing? What was that moment that was like, this could be viable, you know, and this is something I really want to do?
You know, it's interesting. I was working with different artists, booking shows, and big up to KNON and the stations that are in the Texas market. They would welcome me to put those artists out there. And I bring them to those stations because I knew they were nonprofit. They would have their market events to raise money. And I would say, okay, let me donate. And then I would say, hey, I'm starting to see that the artists are getting plays on these stations. Let me try to push them. But then they weren't getting paid on some of the other stations. So I started doing that investigation, that grassroots, and started learning.
Following the money.
And I said, you know what? Our artists aren't getting paid as much as they should. A lot of it is ignorance. But then there's a lot of scandal and disgustingness that goes on in the business because it's just grimy. And I said, if I could help one, I could try to help the other. And I'll be honest with you. I didn't want people to know that I was doing it. I think no, I just was afraid of making a mistake.
Okay.
I just was like, you know, people, it is what it is, right? People are always going to have an opinion. They're always going to have something to say, right? So I had a lot of like I said, Elm City birthed me, right? I was born in New Haven, Connecticut to Caribbean parents. So I always got the backlash growing up of, go back to Jamaica. If you remember, the commercial was come back to Jamaica for tourism, right? But I would get that backlash because I grew up in an Italian family. Then, or the other side of it was, well, you're not really Black. Your parents are from the Caribbean. Like, okay. Versus you go into a Latin community, well, you're not really Latin because Spanish is broken or whatever. So everyone is going to say you're not really something, right? And I think that my mother did a really good job at working with me, even until recently. You are who you are because of where you were born, and
music
for other people, right? When you do for other people, your situation could change at any given time. The congressman or the garbage put on their plate. You don't discriminate based on what someone does. You don't discriminate how people may be discriminating to you. And get your education because that's one thing that no one can take away. Okay. So I had an opportunity to speak for the country of Barbados. I met the Prime Minister. He said to me in an open forum, if you can show us how to collect for our artists, I will help you bring that to CARICOM. Say less. That's a whole prime minister, right? Why? Because for some of the largest bands and largest artists out of Barbados before she became prime minister. I then started trying to connect with people in that area, and they were not inclined to work with people from the Western world. So when they hear my accent and I sound very American, I'm cut off. Don't know my background, don't know what I've done. So I think that put the fear in me, like, I don't want to make a mistake. I'm okay being behind the scenes and let me help you win. Right? But my mother, she listened to this conversation because she in there washing dishes and I'm, good afternoon. It's a pleasure to speak with you and I'm so excited. And before everyone comes on this call, I just want to say that I looked up your background and I see you have a PhD in pop culture. You have this. You started this organization and I'm so thrilled to have the opportunity to work with you because I don't see a lot of females from the diaspora who are making such an impact. Her response was, I was told to call you. How can I help you?
Damn. That is cold.
I was like, oh, okay. Well, we're working with the same people. I think we'd be an asset to one another. I'm not inclined to work with people from the Western world. I said, okay, well, who are you inclined to work with then? Because now you're getting the Brooklyn coming out of me, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, we're working with Africa. I said, okay. I said, well, Big A, shout out to Big A, shout out to AFRIMA, the largest African music magazine awards in the United States that represents the diaspora. I said, well, he had me as a Caribbean liaison for that, and he's worked with WizKid, Jadenia. I said, the list goes on. I said, possibly I can shed some light because they're not necessarily working with rhythms, but they put out music just as fast as the Caribbean that you have to be able to catch up and make sure the metadata is correct. She was like, nope. But you want to see God? A year and a half later, I was a key speaker with Che Pope and a bunch of other people on a panel for the country of Barbados. Che Pope is Kanye's former label exec. He's Dr. Dre's label exec. He's the one who won the Grammy for Miseducation of Lauryn Hill. Me. And I'm like, little old me. And my mother is like, no, change your perception. It's not little old you. You over here people from behind the scenes, but because of those doors that were closed, because of the tables I was at, and then people would pull the chair out because they only wanted information, I wasn't able at that time to assess who was really for me or who was really just for getting information from me to do what they needed. The information is free. I'm willing to give it to anyone, but you're not going to be able to do with it like I can. I recognize that now, right? So that's why the rooms I step in with the energy because I feel like that door was open for me to be able to help other people. It was open to me for me to share my story about how people try to take my music. You know, if it wasn't for Deidre Davis, she was one of the top entertainment attorneys in the U.S. She won that $500 million copyright infringement case against Dr. Dre. She's now a judge in Houston. She felt like she needed to go to a higher level to help people. She was tired of seeing Black and brown people being implicated in different crimes that may not have the knowledge on their rights. And so she closed her firm. But she still has the ability to do publishing. So when I told her I won that pitch competition, she's like, I'm here in the background when you need me. Capriccio Stats, I'm here in the background when you need me. Like Dr. Karen Velos, she ran over 30 years FIU's music division. What you need? And so I had to step out my own way to recognize I was my own hindrance. So what if I make a mistake? Sorry, you made a mistake. Let me correct it.
That's right. Hey, Smiley, real quick. I didn't mean to jump on real quick, but I wanted to because there's a lot. It's hard to fit everything in 1 hour or so. But I wanted to give you your flowers because I've known her for a very long time. Yes. And you've always been super, super, super hustling and super, super, super humble. And those are great traits, but at times we don't give ourselves flowers like we should. And we never celebrate the wins along the way. And that's part of being, you know, perfectionist and trying to make things better, etc. But you didn't bring up the fact that you were featured in Billboard magazine. I had to bring that up. Okay.
Yeah, I was.
That's a huge deal. And then
yeah, I was.
Yeah, that's a big deal.
Big up to Tasha. She secured that for me, and she made it possible. And I'm proud of that moment because where you were with me that day. You and
I was in Wynwood. We would go eat that Jamaican food.
Dunkanoo. Big up Dunkanoo.
Are they still open?
Hold on. Is I'm sorry. Is there any oxtail involved in that mix?
Yeah, oxtail all day long.
I'm just asking for a friend. You heard?
Yes, God.
Hey, one other thing, Smiley. I don't know if you saw it. I tagged you on this interview on Instagram because I was in disbelief. Did you hear about Teddy Riley?
Yeah, he's Panamanian.
Well, I found that out too, but did you hear what he was talking about?
I did not.
Every song he produced for Keith Sweat, he didn't get a penny.
He didn't get a penny, yeah.
Why is that?
Well, that's why I tagged him. I even told Teddy to get a hold of you.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
that's a big one. All of his hits. All of them.
Well, you know, and
I'll give all my love to you.
Everything.
They were going down all his hits, and Teddy Riley was just like, "Yep, that was mine. Yep, that was mine. Yep,
Can you
that
believe
was
it?
mine."
Okay, in all fairness, we hear this a lot, right?
Mhm.
And then I'll go in and I'll start doing research. And I'm not saying this is his situation. I'm willing to do an audit. I'll look at contracts or whatever.
Yep.
But we sign contracts and not know what we were signing. You remember I was telling you about Cash App, right? I never knew that Cash App said if you were had a fraudulent account that you could lose the money in your balance. Well, I'm here filing identity theft with the police department, giving them a snapshot of the person's address in Jupiter, who, because you know on Cash App you have to put your address, right? I'm like, this is not me. You have my initial license or whatever, and I couldn't get that money back. That was $900. I was like, you know, so we have to be more cognizant about what it is that we're signing, or when that little check comes up to say, I agree to the terms of this agreement, we don't ever read them.
Well, in all, thank you for the information. In all fairness to both sides, Keith Sweat and Teddy Riley was like his little brother to Keith Sweat. So he was like kind of doing stuff with him without writing. And that's when Keith just went a whole different direction.
But here's the thing. He gets okay. So depending on who owns the masters, because this is another thing maybe we could talk about another day, and I can bring out my peeps.
The masters.
I just want you to get that connection with Teddy and make it pop for him. Not against Keith Sweat, but it's just being fair.
But if we can actually do work with both of them, because I'm all about being the balance, like we talked about today, the balance, right? So a lot of people first start out in the industry, we don't understand the industry because it's so convoluted, right? So here's the thing. Depending on who owns the masters or who owns the copyright, you can go in and say, I'm willing to change the publishing. Period. It's that simple.
I mean, I think he said the first year and a half, he wasn't even listed as a producer, engineer.
He was not?
Writer, nothing.
Oh.
So there's
his publishing.
I don't know. I don't know. I didn't go into that far, but just when I saw that, I was like, wow. I mean, just on good. I mean, how do you not do that?
You know, it's interesting because people say that all the time, right? But when okay, I'll give you a prime example. And I'm only spitting knowledge on what's public knowledge, right?
Sure.
So Shenseea and Megan Thee Stallion did this song "Lick" or whatever it's called, and there's a phrase in there that's "put your back in it just a little more." And if you look it up, there's a $10 million lawsuit, right?
Oh, gosh, yeah.
A lot of us know that Denise Belfont, Soca singer, Soca princess, you know, was singing that song, right? Our artists will get a hot track. I want them all to listen to me. Listen, when you get a hot track, the first thing you say, is this sample? The second thing you say, is it cleared? Because it could be hot all day long. And then you come out and you use a phrase or you use part of that sample and you put it out. And then the original artist or producer is like, wait a minute, that's my work. And you didn't ask me permission. You didn't get a license to use it. I'm suing. And they're suing for what you have sold, what you have made, and potential earnings even.
That's right? Potential.
Whereas if you have the right attorney, you have the right auditor, like, let's pause, right? The song is doing well. Let's give credit where credit is due. How can we give back pay? How can we give reparations? How can we actually assess? Like, I don't believe to go in for the kill unless
Preach. Speak on it.
I'm a behind the scenes, you know. Y'all want to know a secret?
Yeah, we won't tell nobody.
It's not a secret. It's not a secret if you let us know. So except that it's not a secret no more.
Okay, so you want to be the first to hear?
Yeah, let's be the first. I'm with that. Exclusive.
So I'm excited about what's happening because I just won jurisdiction for Merciless's estate.
Oh.
So where
big one.
We're coming to celebrate soon.
Yeah, you know, it's like his name, his image, his likeness. A lot of people just assumed that most of his catalog was registered in Jamaica and didn't understand that he did have business in the United States. So now we're getting ready to put out those subpoenas to subpoena everybody. who been using his name, his image, his likeness, and including there's one person that I think if you hear this and you see this, you might want to stop using and remixing all his words or even using his name and your name.
Hey, we're just a podcast. We don't remix nor use anything, so there's nothing to worry about. That we're a simple podcast. That's all.
Fool, pay attention, fool. Listen to this.
Yo, LP, that's why we got Smiley in our team.
You know, think about it, right? You put out your music. Let's say you have a key phrase, you know, anything like hello, whatever, right? And you protected that. And then someone says, oh, well, you know what? He passed away. Let me go use his name in my name, you know, and go from there, right?
Right.
And then they get views, they're collecting off your works. And you're not here to fight.
True that.
The kids are not getting, right? So, like, it's, you know, I say all the time, the music industry is most people's playing ground. That's my battleground because I'm fighting for everything. And I don't feel no way about it.
I have a question for you.
It's in camels.
You mentioned that there are other publishing companies, not CSAC or BMI, that they deal with certain artists who have reached a particular threshold in order for them to deal with them, right? What's your threshold? What is your requirement if an artist was to seek your services? Like, what are you looking for?
So let's break that down, right? So ASCAP, BMI, CSAC, GMR. Those are the top 4, what we call performing rights organizations, right?
Right.
PROs. I'm not a PRO. There's 228 PROs in total, right? The top four are the ones that I just mentioned. But those top 4 also have what we call reciprocal agreements with the other 224. So let's say you signed up for PRS in the UK, SASM, shout out SASM. SASM is one of my friends. I love them. SASM is in France, but SASM is a dynamo because they do the back end system for ASCAP. They also do mechanicals in Europe and some parts of Africa. And we'll talk about them in a minute. But basically, if you have a PRO, you're not supposed to have more than one unless you say, okay, this one is going to manage global and I have another that will manage a territory. So some of those other organizations are called CMOs, right? And they're like, I'll give you an example. COSCAP in Barbados, JCAP in Jamaica, COTS, the Copyright Office of Trinidad and Tobago, SPOC out of Panama. They do similar work to ASCAP, BMI, and CSAC, but they also will copyright your works in that territory, right? Okay. If you're signed up with them, you're supposed to upload your information, meaning what is your music identification number, right? What is the song that you sang or you wrote to or you produced? What percentage are you supposed to get for that song, right? That information is entered into your PRO, but the PRO only pays out a certain part of your royalties. So you remember earlier I was talking about you have to sign up with different companies. So you'd have to sign up with the MLC for mechanicals. You have to sign up with Sound Exchange. You have to sign up with your PRO, and all of them should be reading information together. But the person you sign up with to help you with that is the publisher. So that's services that I offer. I don't discriminate.
Hello.
Is she there? You there, Smile?
I think maybe somebody's calling her on her cell. Is she on her cell? Right.
Probably could be.
The powers that be say we dislike the dissemination of information.
Right.
Let us remove
too many secrets.
She's giving too many secrets.
Hold on. It looks like she's coming back.
I was telling too much.
Yeah,
Can you hear me?
They done.
Thanos snapped his fingers. Thanos snapped his fingers.
I was like,
heard you.
I said, what happened? Yeah, I'm here.
Camera?
My camera's off?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
You guys. Is it on now?
No.
What the
This is what we call fake news. where it could be you, but because it's a black screen, we don't know if it's actually you. We got to see you.
It could be Brooklyn.
Exactly.
Is it the real Marsha?
Right. This could be fake news, Marsha.
She could be by a clone, like this what Jim Carrey was a couple of
I think.
All right, so how about if I log out and log back in? Because I see me.
Yes.
all of
Yes.
you.
Please do that. Please do that. Please do that.
Okay.
The force is
We're standing by. We're standing by.
Did y'all see that?
We just lost her.
Did
She's
y'all
gonna
see
come
that-
back.
the Jim Carrey stuff the last couple of days? Speaking of clones.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was speaking French. What?
No,
No,
yeah, but
not that part. They saying he cloned.
they were saying he's a clone because if you look at his previous stuff, he's talking about what's going on, and then he looks kind of like sedated in this new appearance. And then if you look closely, his eyes are like hazel or something.
Oh, wow.
Dark brown.
No, the worst part is dog said, "I'm dead." I was like,
Yeah, he did.
you can't just say that, my boy.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, I'm dead. I'm like, what?
That's
Yeah,
hard.
it's crazy.
Ladies and gentlemen, someone is entering the stage. Is it her or
She's
her
walking
clone?
up the stairs.
Oh, this is.
Oh.
Are you a clone? Are you AI? Are
You
you
gotta
real?
see your eyes first.
Annie, are you okay?
Smiley?
Oh, okay. All right. Back
That's
to it.
crazy because I could see you guys and I was seeing myself.
Ah.
It's the powers that be.
It's
I'm
that
telling
South
you.
Florida phone
Powers.
connection.
I'm telling you.
Hey, Smiley, for the viewers that don't know the three letters that are always mentioned, MLC, PRO, can you explain what PRO is to people that are learning?
Absolutely. Performing Rights Organization. So
Okay.
basically, the way I explain it in my classes, right? So you guys all familiar with ADP? Like if you work for a company and ADP does your payroll?
Yes.
Mhm.
So it's similar to that. You're gonna enter your IPI or CAE number. That's like your social security number for the music industry. Everybody has an identification number, is your unique number. And all your songs should be uploaded into that system. In addition to your percentages, right? What role did you play? Were you the writer? Were you the author of the words? Were you the what do you call it? Were you the author to the words? Uh-oh.
Lights out. Lights out in Brooklyn.
See, look, Jesus. All right now. Come on now, Lord. Come on now.
Down.
Welcome back.
People doing all that.
Well,
I think
okay,
we're dropping
so
too
you
many
put-
flowers here, too many gems.
But you know, it's the stuff that we need to know
Yeah.
in order to be able to collect, right? So once you enter your information into that PRO, here's the biggest mistake I see. People are like, well, I got an ASCAP account and they didn't pay me no money. Well, they can't pay you no money if you didn't put your songs in there. Right? If you don't upload your songs, how they gonna pay you? So I'll give you an example, right? Tennessee Whiskey, right? We all know that song. Okay. Now I have a young artist. His name is Fabian Allen. He goes by Kybanian. A couple of years ago, he did a reggae version of that song, right? Sanchez, who is a veteran singer from the Caribbean, did a version this quarter. So if you're like, oh, DJ, Latin Prince, can you play Tennessee Whiskey for me? How you gonna know which one to play?
Which version? Yeah, that's why I always ask people who's singing this song when they ask me for a request.
Now imagine if ASCAP and those guys have to get you paid. How are they supposed to know if you don't put the information in correctly, right? So this is where we come up with mixed up data, missing data, and this is how your information falls into the black box. Because if you don't have a publisher who understands how to enter the information, the numbers correctly, even something as simple as author.
This way again.
Composer.
Oh, we're back. We're back.
Music. Am I there?
Just your voice.
Oh, he got a voice. Hold up.
AI.
Hold up.
What you saying is a lie.
Someone
Did you see this?
Watch out.
We will wait.
Did you, yo,
Can
Ricky?
I get a
Did
witness?
you read the comment at the bottom?
Yeah, you see what JJ Silva is saying about Teddy Riley's publishing?
What'd he say?
Gene
Griffin owned Teddy Riley's publishing. That's the reason why he didn't. He wasn't getting paid. If you notice, it's going to say GR Production. Teddy eventually fixed it, but that's the history behind why he doesn't have that publishing on Keith Sweat. I wanna hold you. I wanna squeeze you.
Let me hold
I wanna show you, babe, that I need you. And who can love you like me? Nobody.
Boy, there's so many babies that were made in 1988.
Yo, that's crazy.
Do the math when someone says their kids are about 17 or 24, whatever.
Hey, what?
Hey, yo, that's crazy, fam. Let's try to get. Let's try to get. There she is. Let's go. I don't know.
Okay, let's talk really fast.
Marcia's back.
Get all the questions in.
Okay, so back to Tennessee whiskey.
I don't hear anything.
Oh Lord Jesus!
You hello?
We're in the
I
segment.
can't hear anything. I can't hear anything.
We hear you.
We hear you.
Hold on for 1 second. This is crazy.
Hey.
I
hear nothing. Nothing.
You returned once more, but I'm sorry.
Okay.
They've taken away your ability to hear. This is unacceptable.
We've been on for like an hour and a half, and I think we get a limit with the
We're going to try logging in again. Please hold.
Yes. Crazy.
Oh, there it is. Well, look. I was about to ask you a question too, because I saw a song on TikTok that was done by someone else instead of the original. And the TikTok version went viral at 10 million views. Who gets that mechanic?
The original.
I hope.
When they go audit it, the original person be like, hold on, that's my money.
Right.
Yeah, I sure hope.
Because you heard about Eve and Jesus, The Roots.
What happened?
The Grammy Award-winning song. Eve did an interview where she was like she did her part on that song, and she's not on the writer. Yeah, she's not on the credits as a writer.
Oh,
she didn't get a Grammy. They didn't she got nothing.
Damn.
But dude was like, I wasn't even aware of that. He was like, nah, I didn't have no representation. I didn't have anything. I was the girl with the blonde hair in Philly, who everybody knew for rapping. They brought me into the studio. They were doing this record. I did my verse and I bounced.
Wow.
It blew up. Erica's on it. They get chosen for a Grammy. They win the Grammy. Nothing else. All right.
I mean, there are a lot of singers and stuff that do go with the flat feet because they don't know the song's gonna go anywhere and they need the cash. And then they wake up a year later and it's triple platinum.
Yeah.
No, but it's crazy to me that you're gonna do all this stuff and you're not, and this is a conversation that me and Rick have been having because we're about to start a situation.
Yeah.
And it's just about having just all your like when you get your spreadsheet or like the breakdown of who did what.
I don't want to cut you off, LP, but here's the reality of it. We as artists, A, don't know, B, don't want to, and C, don't have an attorney. Right?
That's true.
That's the reality. We don't know, we don't want to, and we don't have an attorney. The scariest part about that is the attorney. Right?
Still?
Because
I can't hear.
Because you don't know the attorney that you're going to hire. You have to trust that they have the skill and knowledge to speak with your representative for your organization and they're going to be fair. So those are the things that makes it real difficult for an artist. Because I'll give you the craziest example is when they flew me to New York to sit down with, I believe it was Sylvia Rome, right? We're downstairs. Right, we got to go up to go sit down and speak with Sylvia Rome. We get out the taxi cab, and there's a guy there that's somebody else. I think his name was Gary. We had never met this guy, but he's the attorney that they suggested for us to go and say that's our representative. I don't know him.
That's a sign right there,
right? I got not two people, and they like he's standing there. It's like, well, do you want me to go up there with you? Like, we don't know you, but he's an attorney.
Right. Yeah, well,
you need an attorney. So those are the tricky things about you dealing with a person who's only there. They got eye in the sky. They see this dream. They got this talent. They got a team. They put in the work, and now they didn't do the due diligence of building a relationship with attorney from the beginning.
You're right.
Bring that artist.
Well, you don't know. No, it's not like it's different. You have people who grow up in wealth, and in that they know they always need an attorney. You got people who grew up not that way, and they don't have parents, educators, anybody around them that is going to tell you, hey, you need an attorney. Hey, you need to watch out for this and this and this. Like,
right.
Especially when you're like a 17, 18-year-old kid and you don't.
You like, back? You hear us?
But here's the thing. Like, I used to do artist management, and I can tell you this. A good artist manager is going to suggest that the artist gets an attorney or one representing attorney. A contract, you have to make it a very balanced contract and have them reviewed by an attorney before you actually take them signed on. That's what I did in artist management. Now, back to the studio stuff. You have a right to have your own representation to enter any type of agreement, period. If anyone is countering that, you just walk away from that deal. I'm sorry. Just walk away.
For sure.
But like you said, 17-year-olds, the other problem with that is I've managed some people that are young, and then all of a sudden somebody in their family does a notary or someone's an attorney that doesn't even know about entertainment. They're doing family law. Well, they don't think I should sign this. I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah. Hey, mom, can you look at my contract?
Yeah, I mean, that's the
they call them momagers, the worst.
Yeah, that's the trickiest part is the unknown relationship with an attorney.
Right.
That's the trickiest part because I know one of our questions is, what are the pitfalls? What do you suggest an artist look for when they're reading a contract? An artist should not be reading a contract. An artist should have a person who has been in contracts, i.e. an attorney, to read the contract for them and has their best interest at heart. That's so rare that it's problematic.
In the music industry, you should more so have an entertainment attorney. Like what I'm learning now is all attorneys that go to law school learn contracts. We all learn civil, criminal, or whatever. But there's so many caveats and loopholes within the music industry that you really need someone who's versed in entertainment law.
Right.
Facts.
Client, she was like, she did a song with Soulja Boy. So she's like, why am I not getting any money? Blah, blah, blah. And I looked over the contract and I said, well, did you have an attorney look at this? And they said, yeah, my attorney looked at it. I said, was he an entertainment attorney? And then the guy, was very adamant. Oh, he was an attorney. You're not an attorney. I said, I'm not an attorney. You are absolutely correct. However, I do recognize and tell all my clients, if you ever sign a contract that says perpetuity, don't come to me. Because somebody else owns your product, your project, your work, your whatever for the life of the product, not even your life. So you definitely have to. So that's why she wasn't getting money, because she signed a contract in perpetuity. So would a general contract attorney, corporate attorney catch that? Maybe. But why risk it? Just get someone who is versed in entertainment law.
Facts.
Very true. Very true.
A lot of things have happened, so like I know you were speaking on PRO before you got disconnected, and and we covered the MLCs and stuff like that. So basically, in our case, we're working on something right now with UNLP, so we're walking in with the auditor in place. But we feel very fortunate to be working with you on that. But at the same time, how do people avoid needing to be audited? Or when will they ever know they need to be audited to get a hold of someone like you?
Like, listen, to me, we need to be your top 5 with like your attorney, your priest, and your mama. Stop playing. Like people think.
Fool, you heard that, fool?
Well,
say what now? Say that again.
Say that again.
We need to be in your top 5 with your priest and your pastor, your mama, and your attorney, and your top 5.
Yeah, I
forgot the doctor too.
Right?
Yeah, I don't disagree.
People
100%.
And they say, "Oh my gosh, the auditor," because universally, it has been a profession where people are always hearing about the negatives that the auditors find. But let's flip that. Wouldn't you prefer that an auditor go into your business and your account and find the gaps, find where the money is missing, find where there's opportunity to improve, than be on the back end and be like, I lost how much?
You're hired. You're hired. We'll be talking business later on this evening.
There we go.
Yep.
Yes, sir. See, do you have a question? You're quiet over there.
Because you're taking in the information.
Yo, Smiley, she's an engineer. She be killing the beats and all that.
I love it. I love
She's
it.
a writer too.
Writer. She does all the show intros.
Oh, I love it because I love that jingle. Well, I might have to work with you because I got some jingle concepts.
Well,
Okay.
hold on. Okay, can I play you something that we just did recently? This is I don't know. Did you hear Protect the Kids?
No.
Oh, listen to this.
They got flights. They got names.
I can't hear it.
You can hear it.
No.
This is the issue that we've been having. But you know what? I'm going to send it to you so you can hear it.
Okay.
It's a very powerful record. It's and this is just protecting the kids with all the stuff that's going on right now. It's something that Seek was it a Fool and Seek collab, or was it Seek putting it together and trying to
That was her. I ain't got nothing to do with me.
Okay. So this song, when I send it to you so you can hear it, it's something that the idea behind it's like she sees all these artists jumping in the song like We Are the World kind of thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
And when you hit,
I would love to see that happen.
Because
And-
look at it, right? It's all positioning, right? So I know you're out of Dallas. I'm in Miami. So let's talk about protecting the kids, right?
Yeah.
I have a foundation, and we function off of 3 platforms: advocating for victims of violence, which includes sex trafficking, abduction, and so forth. We advocate for high-risk moms because there's too many deaths that are occurring that could be prevented for Black and Browns, right? 85% of Black women that have died could have been prevented. Hispanic and Brown women, which is inclusive of Indian and Asian, are increasing between 2.3 and 5.9% in deaths, right? And our third tier is music education. But why do I bring this up? The top 3 states within the United States that have the highest abductions of kids, with California number 1, Texas number 2, Florida number 3. When you look at Florida itself, right? Florida's huge. But the majority, I think it's 60-something% of the abductions that happen are South Florida, which would be Fort Lauderdale down to the Keys.
That's crazy.
The highest international abductions come out of Miami International Airport. Right?
You know what is crazy? That nobody. I don't know. I don't know. People talking about this? Is this like
They don't want to talk about it.
People do.
Is it like?
It's just that until someone of high profile is taken,
Does something about it?
Yeah, I mean, because Texas is the creator of Amber Alert, right? You had to have a child that was abducted years ago in order to get that Amber Alert, right? We worked with Merciless before he passed, and he did a song, it was quite a few years ago, but he talked about the Amber Alert, and they created the Ananda Dean Alert out of that in Jamaica, which was huge. But my thing is, it's now time to create avenues to be able to speak about things without people feeling intimidated or it's too heavy, right? So
yes,
there's a gentleman right in Texas. He created a film called Kanani. It's about the immigrant experience, the American dream. Everyone who wants to be able to come to the United States to have a better way of life, right? We know a lot of people in our own networks, but the woman gets in a sex trafficking ring. It's full of drama. It's a good movie. So I worked with a couple of people in the Florida market to be able to show it at a very nice theater. And instead of your regular previews, I had Congresswoman Frederica Wilson, Congresswoman Debbie Wasserman Schultz, Congresswoman Sheila Shurfless McCormick, all do videos for me to talk about the plight, talk about what we need to be doing as a people. but I didn't want it to be so heavy and so negative that people wouldn't receive it. So when you walked in, 9 Jams, Maggie T and those guys were in the lobby playing. We had a VIP room where we had a chef and a mixologist, and all you heard was bam and ha and all types of things with food or whatever. And you weren't getting the regular popcorn and pretzels. You were getting yuca fries and aioli sauce and things of that nature. And you were walking in to watch this movie. And then we had the cast with Gabrielle Afolayan, who is a huge Nigerian actor, came in, and you got to ask questions. Why not feature your song as a premiere to do the same thing in different markets around the country?
Listen, I just sent it to you. It's on your WhatsApp, but I want you to take a good listen to it because it's going to blow your mind. It's something that we need to register as well. You know what I'm saying? So it's possibilities. It's possibilities. I mean, it's an amazing song. Yeah, we could go in so many different directions.
Yeah, and it's something like I'm an empath, right? So all the things that have been happening, I've just been absorbing. And so one day, and writing has always been my therapy. So I just sat down and started writing this hook, and that's what came of it. But I think it's something that's super important here in Virginia, or I'm in the DC area, DMV. But on the Virginia side, Northern Virginia, last year there was like something like 100 girls that went missing within a very short period of time. Black and brown girls, and nobody was talking about it. And part of the reason is because it's Black and brown girls.
And it's where I live. Gated community is very nice, right? But not even 2 miles down the road is one of the highest child abduction areas in Miami Gardens.
That's crazy.
It's now from a bigger picture, what we're seeing now with everything else.
Yeah.
Now we see why when it comes to zip codes and cities, it seems to be not a big deal because it's a huge trafficking situation. And then when the highest of the high is being protected.
Yeah.
Big shout outs to Waggy T, always playing them amazing rhythms. My man Waggy. That's my brother. That's my brother from Miami.
He gave me a chance when a lot of other people would not. And I was like, Waggy, can I start giving you music from Independence? And why can we do this? And then I started studying and I was like, holy crap. Waggy had been playing music for over 40 years. And he had been on 99 Jams, I think at that point, 25 years. And there's not that many regulated shows on major stations in major cities that play Caribbean music. Like big up to Bobby Condors and Java, big up to Young Chow and DJ Nori, and there's quite a few of them. But when you look at how long Waggy's been playing, I got the city to make January 18th Waggy T Day. That to me was like
that's amazing. That's amazing. Hold on. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it's Waggy. His background.
He's Jamaican.
He's Jamaican. Okay. Gotcha.
Yep.
You know what? Smiley, speaking of Jamaican and other rhythms, I know we talked about this before. How do these producers that they're owed millions and millions of having their rhythms used for the reggaeton movement, the dembos, and all the productions that are out there right now? Like you said, a lot of the artists don't even know what was cleared or not by the time they get to the studio. But how many rhythms out there are being used unsolicited? Just saying.
Well, let's just talk about the one that's in the press.
Okay, there.
Fish Market Rhythm, Steely and Clevie have a lawsuit right now, probably against every Spanish Latin A-lister that's out there. 110 different songs that were used, and they never got permission to use their track.
All of those parts.
Pitbull to Nicki Jams to Shakira to Karol G, Anita, the list goes on. And they're trying to say, oh, you can't copyright a rhythm. Why can't you? It's music. Right? Just pay the men their money. But I won't talk too much about it.
So is it more, I know they go after the estates of the artist because it's under the scope, but is it more the producer side that did it without the knowledge of the artist if they were unknown from that?
I don't want to say that, right?
Or label altogether?
It's industry bad behavior, right? lack of knowledge. So what I mean by that is, oh, I like that beat, I'm gonna use it. Well, I might have added drums to it.
What's all that?
If you took someone else's work and you changed the chord progression or you added something to it, that's either a remix or it's an augmentation to the original work, give them credit and get license to get it cleared to use it, period.
Mm-hmm. I remember when I used to, I'm sorry to cut you off, Smiley, when I was working for TVT at the time, and I was dealing with Pitbull and his single Kulo, and the whole drama with Mr. Vegas and the whole, it was the shit. It was crazy. It was so damn crazy.
Yep. Big up Mr. Vegas too. He's doing big things. All of them.
Pull up. Yeah,
the market small. It just makes sense to do what's right. You know what I mean?
Yes, ma'am.
And then my last part before I jump is the when you got a YouTube channel doing all these downloads of all these free beats, where's those coming from?
Oh, it's interesting you say that. So
Yes.
one of the students over at SAE was like, Professor, can you look at this contract for me? I said, sure. And I was like, no, boo-boo, don't sign this.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when you lease beats, right? Or you're downloading these beats, there, people who go through certain companies or individuals who say, oh, I want to buy this beat, I want to use it. First of all, it's not exclusive, meaning somebody else could be using the same beat at the same time and both of your songs go viral. This one, it said if you have over 200,000 views, the contract is null and void and we get all publishing. Okay. Yeah, we're not signing that. And ask them if you can use it as an exclusive right and what they would charge in order to do it exclusively.
Got you.
We have to be careful with those leased beats because they're typically in favor of the producer, not anyone that would be leasing them.
Cool. Thank you for answering that. I'm gonna jump.
Appreciate it. Anyways, listen, guys, we've been on this call for almost 2 hours. I would hate to end it like this because I know that we definitely gonna have Smiley once again.
We have to have her back.
We're gonna have to have her because there's so many, there's so much great information that we, that we've been sharing.
Me, big up Zane from NYU. I got a good job, so my nerves are a little less nervy now.
Yo, Smiley, Prince, can I go ahead and announce what we're trying to work on for Miami in the future?
Sure.
Too early to say it?
Nah, it's never too early in the business, brother.
Well,
never.
Don't tell nobody. but I'm working on something with the team so we can take this show on the road in person on a round table in different markets. So Miami would be the first destination to actually get guests coming in and just having the live podcast. And I don't think anyone on this podcast anything against going to Miami. So.
I do.
You can call
Sick
in
of
from the
that
phone
place.
if you want.
Okay. He's not going to show up, so he's going to be somewhere else.
Oh,
I won't be there. I'll have my mom do voodoo on us all.
All right. Well, thanks, guys.
All right, guys. Anyways, listen, before we go, should we do the original audio piece of it?
Yes.
Okay, so this is one of Bruno's new songs, Cha Cha Cha. All right, so
I'm excited about this one.
let's hold on. Let me get Smiley back on. Smiley, you there? She's still trying to connect. But we do a segment, Smiley, called Original Audio, where we play a new song and then the sample that they use on the song. So this particular song is a new Bruno Mars record called Cha Cha Cha.
Happening.
And, can you hear us? Mic check.
Yeah, I can.
Okay. Let's go. When you get to the 54-minute mark, you're gonna hear the sample.
Playing it? I can't.
It's playing, yeah.
Oh, because I'm on mobile, so you don't have to do it.
I hear it.
I got the phone.
Come on and cha-cha-cha with me. And I'ma cha-cha-cha with you tonight. I like it like that. She working that back. I don't know how to act. Ooh, come on and cha-cha-cha with me. And I'ma cha-cha-cha with you tonight. I like it like that. She working that back. I don't know how to act. Ooh.
So,
Hear it?
Can you hear it?
Yeah, I
Can
heard
you-
it.
Okay, so they use this song as
Okay,
a sample.
okay. Because I was sitting here like, why do I know this song?
I like it like that. She working that back. I don't know.
Juvenile,
how to
baby.
act. Slow motion
Yep.
for me. Slow motion
But
for
where
me.
did Juvenile
Slow
get it
motion
from?
for me. Moving slow motion for me.
Oh, you know what? That's a good question, man. I'm gonna have to look it up.
That's right. That can't be his original. No way.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna
That
have to
guitar
get a
is very
hold-
60-ish.
I'm gonna have to get who? You talking about Bruno or? Oh,
No,
you talking
no,
about
Juvenile. That
Juvenile?
guitar, that riff is not his.
Let me talk. Let me call Manny Fresh and find out what's going on. You know
I
what
was
I'm
wondering.
We're just asking for friends. But anyways, that's a piece of the show. You know, the original audio part. You know, where we feature new songs, in the samples that they use for the
I love-
creation of this beautiful music.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it.
But
love
it.
once
Okay.
again, Smiley, I cannot thank you enough. Like I said, we're gonna have to do part 2. We're gonna have to do the Miami thing. We have a lot of stuff going on because there's so much information that you share, so many stories. You know, you work with so many incredible artists, and we appreciate you. You know, we need to. We might have to have you, you know, back here when when you get your graduation, your paperwork, and be like, it's official.
That
I'm
part.
done. I don't know how much time do you have left before you graduate.
Oh my. Well, I have to have a discussion with the school because I want to see if we can accelerate this.
Oh, it's taking too long. Yeah, she gotta
That's
get she needs the fast track. She needs the fast track, please. Let's make
Halfway
it
through my
happen,
MBA, I was like, I don't want to do this anymore.
Yeah.
Like
guys.
It's like a long-term relationship, isn't it?
it is.
Mhm.
I think it'll
Yes,
be
sir.
worth. It'll be well worth it.
Hey, real
100%.
quick,
too.
real quick, that hook was written by Soulja Slim in New Orleans. For Cash
Yes,
Money
it
Records.
was.
Yes.
Mhm. Yes,
Thank you,
it's
Google.
Juvenile feature. Yeah, it is Juvenile feature. Yeah, featuring.
Tying
Soulja
up the whole conversation full circle to make sure that you're crediting the artist that you're sampling.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Slim. Yes,
Unless you're just
100%.
greedy, and at that point, we're gonna find you and take the money and all your right.
Make sure you contact Smiley. Get your artist properly taken care of. You heard?
You are properly up on game now. No excuses.
None whatsoever.
Smiley, how can
Any-
people find you the best way?
Smiley
Yes.
Girl ENT on all platforms. SMILEYGIRLENT. Smiley Girl ENT. Enough said.
Sounds good, man. We out of here, guys. Have a beautiful Sunday. About to
Well,
Thank you.
thank you so much for the opportunity. It was great speaking with all of you, and I look forward to jumping on again. And thank you for
100%.
Thank
No,
you, guys.
thank you for taking the time and give a hug to the little baby for us. You know what
Right.
I'm saying?
Brooklyn.
Brooklyn and the
Don't be running across no stages. You might slip and fall, baby girl.
Listen,
Chill, Will. You see, he just jumped off the ledge for real. So that wasn't supposed to be him. It's supposed to be me. God damn it.